Addiction thinks in circles, whereas invention thinks in spirals.
Yes. Yes,
And
yes,
I
yes.
love it. And spiral is not one dot, it's actually one seed becoming bigger and bigger and bigger
Mhm.
and bigger and bigger and bigger.
So I'm grateful for that. And then two, just the pain just reminding me like this body is so amazing.
Where else can you go
Hmm.
other than inside? And
Hmm.
when you're so almost like forced to face yourself, you find lots of love.
Blondie. Interesting. Looking sharp. Imagine waking up and just going straight to the book. We've been not
I'm
bad, huh?
like, oh yeah. Our worlds drift apart even more with the
Say more.
what do you call it? Time shift.
Ah, no, we're closer.
Mm. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, we're further. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 hours
Mm.
now.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's a cool shirt. A little storm cloud above
oh,
your pocket.
oh, thanks. And it's raining on
And
a
it's
person,
raining.
on a flower. How you
That's
doing?
fun. Um, yeah, pretty good. This was a, of course, this is an interesting gene key for the week because I was quite future focused all week, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm like, leave me alone, gene keys, let me suffer.
Uh, future focus. Were you planned? Um, when you were in Bliss, you had
Mm.
some new ideas.
Yeah, just like a lot of planning and trying to grasp onto control and
Uh,
ideas. Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah. How about you?
it
How are you
interesting?
doing?
Good. I was just listening to Celine Dion.
Mm-hmm.
A new day has come.
Mm-hmm.
I got her like essentials,
Mm-hmm.
good oldies, and she has two albums here. I actually have been listening to this week a lot. I don't know why. Her words, I guess, are just very
Mm-hmm.
melodic. But the grasp onto something, isn't it interesting how we are always falling for the same thing over and over again? It's like totally not even the moment you think you took some sort of progress or you kind of tap yourself on your shoulder. It's like, oh, I got to that point, or I a little evolved a little bit. You just see that you actually stayed just where you are just before.
Yeah. Yeah, we spin in circles. Yeah. Yeah, it's like coming up pretty strongly because we're on a timeline for moving. So we
Oh
have
yeah.
like 2 more weeks, 2.5 more weeks. Yeah. And we're like, okay, what's gonna happen? Where are we gonna go? Yeah.
You didn't even plan. I mean, you didn't have the next move.
Well, we had a place and then they said no. And then now we have a new place and we're still communicating, making next steps and making sure that uh the manager's good with, the owner is good with us and that we're good with the situation. But there's like so much temptation to like grasp onto things and like being like, it's like there's a lot of anxiousness that comes with it because Yeah, we're just in a weird place. It almost feels like there's like a wedge that the universe is like pushing us into
Mm-hmm.
locally, but I can also feel like collectively we're all kind of feeling uh disrupted and dissatisfied, and there's a lot of grasping for change. Yeah.
Or for survival. Okay, let
Yeah.
me hold on something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because everything feels like, it feels like it's crumbling. It's like to that point.
Mm.
But I find it interesting that you, there must be an opposing force doing exactly the same push at the same time. It's like almost like it has to balance itself out somehow. And whenever it's edged like that a lot, and I don't know if you recall, a couple times throughout our talk, whenever I was at the edge up there trying to explode and getting really like, oh, couldn't take it anymore, you were total lemonade. Total lemonade. It's like, I feel great. And I feel great like that now. I mean, it's not like
Mm.
great, but I'm aware and also disturbingly calm. And
Disturbingly calm.
yeah, when I wonder, is this normal to be
Yeah.
this calm and actually not freak out the way I should be freaking out? You see, so now I have the question, is my state actually it's functioning, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dysfunctional. Everybody is functioning. So as long as it's moving, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
there's a couple traps that show up in this like pressure in this situation. And one of the words he used in the shadow was like interference. And I love that. I love it because like I have all this evidence in my life for when I tried to make something happen, or I'm like, sorry, like I don't have a choice. I have to push for this. And versus those moments when I'm like, I have no idea and I'm letting go and I'm open. And those are the differences, like chasing something that's not meant for me, and it takes time for it to like fizzle out or show me like how it's not working, versus like the thing just shows up, or even like just having the moment to be present with something deeper. And he also talked about like there's a process within dissatisfaction that brings you to a state of complete humility when you drop to your knees. It's like, and I think this is the thing that we have to revisit over and over again,
Mm.
because you know my ego wants to say like, okay, I figured it out.
Mhm.
I know the spiritual process. I know how to be
Mm.
spiritual connected and yeah, and do the right thing every time. Yeah.
Totally. I was reading, I I don't know who was it, Rilke, or I can't remember. And he is very big on talking about death and the dying and the end. And when you really connect the dots in poetry, also there is no word of God at all. It's like you almost barely, a good true poets barely even mention God. Right. It's like it doesn't even write. It's not even in a word written. They will call everything around it other than that. You don't go directly to it. So, when you think of enlightenment and that state of bliss, of nothingness, of everythingness, Rilke says, as if everything exists outside of birth and after death, and in between, as if it has its own edges, which is one thing, as if the moment we are actually born is the moment we are not a consciousness. We are actually trying to evolve back, and literally has this little mini, it's not an error. It's as if it doesn't care for this experience of mind, which is self centered, this little mini blip of human mind driven life is almost like a like little mini bubble in which the consciousness is not really actively living, actively being, right? So to me, it was such a cool concept because we're trying all this time to reach to that state, and yet the state exists without this actual um existence of the mind and ourselves in it. And here we are struggling over and over again in this cycle, which actually doesn't even exist in the state of whole consciousness itself, because it doesn't really care about this. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute. And we have, and what are the odds? Why? What are the odds that this is actually the truth? We won't know, but it makes more sense that we're trying to achieve something that it's unachievable, to be
Mm.
really really almost conscious, we really almost aware logically into this span of space and time which doesn't exist. So it's as if it's not even a space to inhabit, it's like an error in
Mm-hmm.
the whole
Mm-hmm.
universe. It's like actually doesn't really care what we're doing. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I think I like it because then it loosens up everything that we're actually doing, because it doesn't matter what we're doing here. It actually doesn't matter. What matters is, that we tried to reach some sort of awareness, that we gave it a shot, you know.
Mm. Yeah, there's a profound piece that you're being pointed to of like, okay, so it's not, the purpose is not this. The temptation is to fill in, the purpose is this, but it's like can't really can't really be defined because we're part of something much greater than just our individuality. And to, when he talks about the evolution of our species is driven through dissatisfaction, it's you kind of feel like an insect or an ant or something, like just part of a much bigger process, and no way to really conceive of it other than to point to it indirectly. Like you said with poetry, it's like you can't name it directly in poetry because it doesn't capture, it's like something so vast, and you're showing the difference between our ability to perceive and what it is. So you can only indirectly kind of touch around it. Yeah. Sorry. And it's like, okay, the local dissatisfaction that drives evolution forward. And then there's this, you gain the awareness on a greater level, and it comes with its own set of, it comes with another round of dissatisfaction, of saying, like, not only are your personal worries irrelevant, but also like your ability to change things on a larger scale are largely, unimportant. It's just we're just part of a happening. It's like, okay, your existence is the drop of water into the pool, into the lake. So what? It's just kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
And you see, and we're trying to take this vastness into this tiny little brain, and to understand this much into something that can only take this much. And we're trying and we're trying and we're trying, right? So to listen up, to actually, the trials are all to not try. All
Hmm.
our practices that are spiritual in sense are to stop trying, almost to shut up in trying to grasp logically, rationally sensically, and to even stop even trying using our tools, the senses that we have, in order to absorb this much, because we'll never be able to. And but here's another thing I wanted to say. How cool is that we always need that connection to that which we don't know? How
Mm.
cool is it that something still draws us towards it, towards that which is total unknown? How cool that we had to make a picture of a God in order to, have faith into
Mm.
something. You don't, we don't talk about faith as a faith in another human being or in nature. We're talking about something we actually will never see, feel, or comprehend. So for faith to be birthed, such a untangible thing, it's like you're talking about something you can't see. But how cool that this connection still exists. It's like there's this, and I always come back to the belly button, is that in the fetus position, how in the womb of a mother, the universe is actually just tiny little ocean, right? In which we swim in total bliss, connected to the belly button. And it's like if it's almost like it's not the belly button that is pulling us towards that. It's actually the heart that is pulling us towards that, which we don't know all of it. But we try so hard to put the entire universe into this tiny body. We can't. We will explode. We're
Mm.
actually meant to explode with it and dissolve totally and faint away.
Mm.
And unless we have a humor about our trials, it's like it's really hard to loosen up the grip a little bit. It's like you got to laugh at yourself in the end because you're really trying impossible in the
Yeah.
mind. I'm talking the
Mm.
mind,
Mm-hmm.
humors.
Mm. Yeah, I'm having like quite a visceral reaction today. Like I'm feeling very disturbed.
Really,
Yeah.
I'm taking this in a positive way.
Yeah, it's mm.
You just woke up. What is it?
I mean, you can take it any sort of way. I think the disturbance is I don't know. It's like it's drawing me deeper into it as I'm like hearing you talk about it. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like I want to like I might throw up or something. Just like
Yes, I love it. Is it too far?
no, it's not. I mean, what's too far for a Pisces? But
Sure.
there's yeah, it's interesting. I don't usually have like the body tying that closely with the words or the mind. And today I'm like the maybe it's the paradox or maybe it's the morphogenic field of what's happening in the world or how people are feeling. Maybe it's just personal to me. I don't know. Um, but there's this feeling of like it's too much. And like the explosion you talked about. And yeah, I'm just sitting with it and I'm giving it space and I'm drawing it up and saying, "Hey," instead of stuffing it down, saying, "Don't get in the way now." Trying to have a conversation with Melitza. I'm like, there must be some attention paid to the truth of my body and what's happening. I had Reiki yesterday, so
Mm.
maybe things are moving differently. I don't know. Interesting.
But what is it asking you to do now?
Throw up. I think it's just to Mm.
release.
Yeah. It's like it's tempting to just go straight to humor, but the humility comes first. So there's just the acknowledgement of, yeah, it's painful, dissatisfaction by the very definition is painful. And to let go of it, I'm just recognizing like the loops and the patterns, and it seems it seems like it's just a silly thing and something to be let go of, and of course I willingly and I welcome it, but I willingly step into more of this life and the process of getting myself tangled up and letting go again. But yeah, yeah. Thanks for staying with me.
Can I poke?
Hmm.
Where is it? Is it in your stomach? Where is it?
Yeah, it's like stomach and then
Mm.
shoulders, throat. Yeah.
And is it tingly? Like, is it making you giggle or is it actually frightening?
Mm. Not frightening, no. It's just it's uncomfortable. It's like a bubble that wants to pop.
I was just about to say, imagine if it's a bubble and you can actually hold it in your hand. It just imagine if what is happening is just a cloud or a bubble of something coming inside and you hold it in a
Mm.
hand, what would you do with it? How would you connect with it or have a conversation with it? What would that be?
Mm. I would want to be really gentle with it. Just imagine like holding it and whispering to it, like having a soft conversation.
Mm.
Mm.
And as you're feeling this, I would want to just talk to it like softly, tenderly. So
Hmm.
it seems like it's already tender in its own form. And I mean, don't tell me what would you want to say it, but imagine and sense this invitation to have conversation with it. This invitation is what matters to
Mm.
me. It's like this is so intimate to you that now something inside of you wants to approach it gently. That's
Mm.
approach is actually the whole point. The approach, this initiation, an invitation for intimacy to approach it and slow down the entire time. And in this little mini speckle of a split second is entire poem. This little mini, and it's in your stomach, which is whole source of creation. Creativity actually lives right there.
Mm.
And if you can, zoom it out, kind of enter into that space and have this conversation. What would you want it to tell you? What would you want to ask it? Don't ask it to save your ass. You know how to do that. what in that little mini intimate moment would you want to ask?
Um, I'd be curious about the potential,
Your potential?
whatever's in the bubble.
What what is it offering?
Yeah, it's like there's a recognition of, hey, I've just laughed at you before, or I've gotten angry, but I haven't actually taken the time to get to know you. So,
See, and it's yours. And what if it says its entire universe? Then what you're gonna do?
dissolve. I don't know.
We're like, oh, I see it now. You just changed the form. I love that we can play with this. Because look, you have the entire life to play with this exact thing over and over again. Entire life.
Mm,
That's something.
yeah,
It mm,
yeah. It's strange because like I'm trying to think of the feeling itself is new to my adulthood. Feels very new. Mm.
here's how I deal with it. And I notice it every time. That's the depth, the edge. I get so annoyed because I have to go and do the 3D work. I'm so irritated. I'm completely almost like I'm getting borderline dysfunctional because I don't want to do it. There's a rebellion side in me. Don't want to obey it to this level of I want. Stop limiting me. Stop limiting me. And it's not about what I want. It's actually what is occurring. And what's occurring is this distress. I'm in total distress and dissatisfaction. I'm dissatisfied with what I need to do just 5 minutes from now. I'm dissatisfied about my future because I have to go to work, I have to do the laundry. It's like I have a list of things to do, it doesn't matter. But it's not about the wants and desires, it's about what is occurring in that moment. So I'm sitting in that and I'm not even simmering, I'm cooking. I'm actually
Mhm.
actively getting hot inside with this anger and agitation. And I'm like, okay, something is boiling inside of me. I want to see if there's if there's anything else other than what I think it is, anger or agitation. And often what I discover is that the words that come up from it are different. If I find the outlet to express it, I'm finding writing to be different. Let me rephrase. When I heard the grief is one of those, and one of my friends lost her mom yesterday, and it was so shocking that she almost disappeared in the sense of understanding what is occurring. It was out of blue, nowhere to come. And it was so shocking that entire group actually got a shock. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. But my shock was because of her shock, who and because of her life that shocked her. I was shocked by the shock of a shock. And that was this gap, this moment when I'm like, okay, well, what do I do with this? Right? I don't know. Is it, is consolation something? Is it how do you deal with this? What do I do with this? It's the question always, what do I do now? I have this thing inside of me happening. What do I do with it? And when such a shock occurs in the body, it distresses up. It took me a minute. So I had to go to the ocean and I just sat in silence, and I literally sat in silence overlooking the horizon of the ocean. And I waited. I literally just waited. I waited for something, for nothing, actually. I just took time for it. And I dedicated that time and space for that which is occurring. And I didn't know. something will float up. And what flowed up was the words. Okay, so I found the outlet, right? I found the way I can express it. The poem about my father, right? It's like, okay, well, I never addressed his death before,
Mm-hmm.
but now it bubbled up. And then I looked and I was like, wow, if you only stayed a little longer, you would be amazed how beautiful this life is. And I'm like, what? I would never. And it has nothing to do with, it has to do with her. It was the initiation, invitation to come intimate. Hold on, let me pause. I have Guy in the background and it just turns on suddenly. I don't know why.
Mm.
It starts just playing Gaia. So it was the initiation and invitation for that silence. And in that silence, the most expressive self comes out.
Mm.
The whole, the most rich part of you comes out. The richest so far that you yourself will be surprised.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And often it has nothing to do with your question. What's your potential?
Mm-hmm.
It actually has to do with what comes up in the moment of.
Yeah. Well, interesting because that was the that was the intent of the question. It was like, what, not
Initiation.
um yeah, I guess so. It's like not what do you have to offer to me, but just like what do you have like to this thing? Like what do you want to say or like what how do you want to move or
What do I do with this?
yeah, what how do you want to move in my body or how do you want to yeah, just being curious. Hmm.
But use it. The whole point of this spell is use it. Use the this stress in the body.
Hmm. Yeah.
Jam a guitar since you're entering the music industry.
Carly's like, is it trendy now that everyone wants to be a DJ? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares? As long as there's music, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, it
DJ
came.
music.
Yeah, yeah. DJ
I love
music.
it.
It all came out of dissatisfaction actually,
Mm.
because I've been to. I just got so mad. I went Friday night to a dance, and I was just like there was just too much switching, and there wasn't like the nurturing of the audience and like pulling pulling you into the energy and the movement. There wasn't like a relationship happening. It was just here's the song and then here's the song and here's the song. And I'm personally dissatisfied, but trying to like still be in the moment, still have a good experience. And then I'm looking around and people are also struggling to find the rhythm and to get into the groove. And I was like, I'm confident I could do a better job because I'm so aware of how I'm feeling and I'm so aware of how everyone is not really getting it. And so it kind of it the desire to start DJing emanated out of the dissatisfaction that came from that place. And I was so disturbed. I remember I got in my car after because I was there for like 3 hours and I
Mhm.
was like roaring like a lion and I was like, come on. So mad. It's funny though. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What did you want to say?
Do you have a punching bag? That helps.
Oh yeah.
Just a
I
bolster, take it.
yeah. I noticed because I used to do more physical things like that, punching. But I noticed that there's a lot of healing for me with throat chakra, and so like if I can make it make sound with it or just make sound,
Mm.
um, for me that tends to do the trick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, no better place than a car to scream.
Yeah, I know. That's good.
I love it. It's my private office.
Yeah.
It's my therapy private office for my own self therapy. I just don't have tinted windows, so it does look a little weird from outside. Who cares?
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
Mm.
so this shadow of dissatisfaction, I was like, there's this one thing I wanna ask you for your thinking. It says, this is precisely how evolution operates. It makes us miserable, and in our quest to end our misery, we unwittingly evolve.
Hmm. And well, unwittingly kind of just says without awareness, right? Yeah. So it's like the disturbance itself. Yeah, it's I don't want to say the word necessary, right? Because it's just happening. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. He says, what the shadow therefore does in human beings is not negative in the least. The shadow exhausts you until you finally come to your knees. And it makes us realize how hopeless our situation really is. Yeah. It's so slippery.
So while we're miserable, it's doing its own thing to evolve us. Technically, really, without we just need to sit with it. Our job is to sit with that which occurs. Our job is to sit in silence and allow it to occur. Can we do that? I wish we can get paid for that so we don't have to worry about bread and shelter. Sit with that which occurs. Do you know how hard that is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do everything in my power. I'm gonna go dance. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna. It never lets me stop. It doesn't let me stop. It doesn't let me stop. I have to take an effort to stop. And when I stop, my mind doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now my job is to calm my mind. Otherwise, it's gonna drive me crazy. And then when I realize I'm actually really crazy, I start laughing at myself. So it becomes humorous because then I loosen up the grip of that, which I think I know. The whole I is not necessary. The whole I, from the beginning we were born until the end, is not necessary. There is no need.
Mm.
So why care so much about I? When there's actually, it's the first thing that dies with I. You don't know of Mozart and Bach from I. We really don't.
Mm.
So what is hurting? I. And if you, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. I'm actually, going now crazy with I. Why am I in hurt and pain? The only thing that hurts is I. I is not necessary, really, in the big picture. It is temporary. And as temporary, it is the temporary misery. It's the only thing that makes me miserable. Because I take personal things in life. Everything about everything else I take personally. If I tell you I love you, would you take it personal? You can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm mad at I right now, not at you. Of course, I hope you know.
Tell me more.
So,
Just because of this conversation?
no, because I'm having an intimate conversation with the I itself as a concept. It's like, I think it's meant to make us miserable just for this exact thing. So we can evolve. But it actually,
Collectively?
yeah, yeah. So look how many eyes we have, 8 billion. That's a large collective and only on one planet.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, when I think about the planet, I feel solace, peace, stillness. It's just yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that I didn't get any sense of like nature from this gene key. He didn't really point to nature. He didn't really, besides just talking about the mind and the traps that come with it. But yeah, it's like I wants to say you are a being on a planet and you have a job to do and you have evolution to, and we personalize the evolution. We say like, I have to leave a legacy. I have to become better at life. I have to become more charismatic. I have to win someone's love, and I have to, yeah, all these things. Meanwhile, we're just immersed in Gaia, in the planet. Terrence McKenna talked about this. He's like, we think we live
Mm-hmm.
on the earth, but we have layers of atmosphere. If we didn't have the atmosphere, there wouldn't be life on earth. So we exist. We're not on the earth, we're in the earth. It's a part of her. It's just like this thin layer that encapsulates it, like a bubble. Yeah.
As this body, which she takes.
Hmm.
What's fascinating is that the moment the body happens, the moment the I starts evolving. And I find the I young, recent evolution of this creature that I'm just temporarily inhabiting, a creature that moves and has cells and functions in the body. The I is the recent development in the brain meant to, yes, language, communication, not only between the like-alike creatures, rather to connect to that of much higher possibilities, much evolved states. I cannot connect. Well, think about it. Really think about it. We're given the five senses, which is five doors of consciousness to enter in and exit out, right? Asha. And then we're given the sixth sense, which is in process of being evolved, which is that intuition, which is knowing inside, which is that being. Like there is compass inside of you. We call it spirit, energy, you name it. It's not for nothing. And we need a bridge. And the only bridge to bridge between me of being and that which is everything is through a some sort of connection. I can feel the waves in my body. I can feel it in one of my senses. But is it possible that I can connect to it, the eternity, through the mind? It's not to toss it aside. It is the part of evolution, true. But it also can do much more than what we give it a chance to do. Yet it might not even, it didn't evolve to that part of self. Sorry, it didn't evolve to that capacity on its own to connect us to the higher realms. It is impossible for me to believe that this is all I came here to do, to have an eye that I fail in all the time for the length of 84 years or something, however long I live. And then this body goes back into the earth and it just recycles over and over again. I am more than that. And I came here for something else. And I don't think it's just for me. I think it's actually, I don't think, see, there's no third word for it. You can either feel or think that I'm here just for myself. No way. No way. It's a hard concept for me to grasp that I'm just here for my ass, for my personal I. It's for my achievements, for my name to be on that final. It is just very impossible. That is possibility. It's impossible that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But if we're here doing, well, go ahead.
Should I say, how far out have you contemplated this identification, this I? Meaning, yeah, we can sense it locally, like in our own being, in our own mind. But then there's it's like what's coming up for me is like, okay, it doesn't matter for me, like how this occurs. So I'm contributing something to something greater. But then we're all 8 billion identified as an I. And it doesn't matter for them. It doesn't matter for any of us either. It's yeah, it's just like what? And then we all let go, and then what? I don't know.
A quintessential question. What's my purpose? And it certainly is not I. I mean, it's not for me. I don't know for others. But you said how far you contemplated the I, the existence of I. How far? Far enough to start letting go of it. Far enough to start letting go of it. Because it's too small. Too small. Really think about it. And we find it such a big meaning. We even find a good meaning. You know, your name is very important. I mean, I'm confident 80% of people forgot my name already, forgot they met me. And 80% of the whole, 80%, and 99.9% of the whole 8 billion actually don't even know my name. So why? It matters only if I give it a meaning. And I can give it a meaning, no problem. But there's a bigger meaning behind it. Doesn't matter, actually. It really doesn't matter. It's too small. So how far do you contemplate your I compared to your potential or your all?
Mm. Yeah. Mm. It's not impossible to imagine, but it's very close to impossible to imagine the generative force of life itself, this desire for experience. And mm, yeah, I feel like there's like mm, there must be something happening right now because yeah, like the like grief, the grief keeps coming up, and I think it feels as though we're potentially. I mean, we've talked. You and I have talked about this at length, but there's it's one thing to like conceptualize and discuss ideas, and another to feel it. And it feels as though we're about to accelerate quite rapidly. And there's a lot of grief. That's grief for what has occurred, and then grief in the process of letting go, of needing to have meaning and a why, and needing to have answers for for this life, really. It's like, yeah. I'm recognizing that potentially I have never acknowledged to this depth the words that I've, or like the concepts that I've tossed around. And it feels as though now, maybe for the first time, my body is catching up. Yeah.
Like what? Concept of what?
Just the paradox itself, like the concept that it cannot be grasped. It cannot be, yeah. It can only be approached, but that is and then what comes with it, the it's like you reach out for it. I want to put it on paper. I want to have something to say. I want to place myself in some category and then say this is right and this is wrong. It's all of this desire is um, because to conceptualize the infinite keeps us, or it keeps me somewhat sane. And you asked that question in the beginning. It's like, am I crazy? Am I insane? And I think, yeah, I can only speak for myself, but this question of insanity is it's it's like we're even questioning what does it mean? Like, what is sanity? Like, why have we given that labels? And we've come up with the way that that should look in the world, and the way that we should behave, and the way that things should operate, and everything else is insane or sick or unfit for society. How do we know? How do we really know? We don't. We're just experimenting on ourselves, really. It's like we're scientists with lab coats on, but we're also the rats.
And of no one's game other than ours.
Hmm.
Really, if you really think about it, there is absolutely no way that we are not connected, right? We must be connected. And we're now realizing we can talk telepathically. I can speak your thoughts. It happens more than often. The synchronicities just drop, that you now take them as, "Ooh, okay, correction. Okay, I
Hmm.
got you," rather than, that was weird.
Hmm.
Like, look how fast we actually came to evolve our awareness that we're actually living in two different worlds. And we like to think it's two only. What if it's more? We almost want to think something in order to stop the potential of it.
Hmm.
The same way, like the end, you know, I've been saying this a lot. I don't know where I read it, but I think it's so cool. The end word, the word end, ends all words. Meaning we have to say something in order to stop its potential, because we no longer can take what's beyond. But really, if you exit I, if you exit your life, we most likely are going somewhere, because something inside of us got birthed together with this. I have a plant flies. They're
Hmm.
literally in my eyes. There is an inner compass inside that keeps driving your evolution. While on the surface, the I is struggling in misery. Inner compass, something came with us. I have a feeling that something is inside of me. Yes, I am birthed, went through programming, parent programming, schooling, programming, education, society, you name it. It's the layers on the top. Something inside of us has no meaning whatsoever. It just is. And that is becoming more and more present. I think that itself, might be driving us back into being here and allowing this, which occurs, dissatisfaction, to to understand that the pain is not the same every moment of it. To understand that dissatisfaction totally is not the same. Like I had one yesterday, so something in me changed. And it's not my mind. It's actually my mind is trying to figure out what it is, and it will never know. Rather than it's something is evolving inside of me. I am not the same.
Hmm.
So that continues out of the box. And that is invitation to stop planning, because what everything we think will happen, think backwards. Sure, it did not happen the way you thought it will. It's sure. Like
Hmm.
now I'm like, and we are trying to say, "Ooh, stop putting it in the universe, don't manifest it." We're literally ending the potential of what it can be every time we put it in a form. I'm understanding these as a blockage, as a blocker to come in and say, "Oh, nope, I can't. I have 22 seconds, scientifically proven, to change my way of thinking." I was like, if I eat, I find myself literally like catching myself saying, "I don't want to talk about this, so I don't want to put it in the universe." But I'm finding laughing at myself, because I don't want to talk about it, because I don't want to end it. I want it to become on its own the way it needs to be. And if I say I want to have a yard, like I want to have a garden, I want a garden. I know I might not never have a garden just because I said it. It almost like instantaneous thought and a feeling is like, okay, well, I formalized it, I concretized it, I materialized it in the thought form. So it might never actually occur. That's why I said yesterday, it may be
Hmm.
that we dream our dreams so you can actually live them without knowing.
Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, you said in the past, because I've struggled with that as well, of like the materialization through they're putting it into words. They're like bringing it out into the universe and sharing it with people. And you said, just don't announce it, whatever it is, because I have this trend of being like, I'm doing this or this is coming or and it's yeah, that makes sense. It's like oh, it's you're not just talking about it and you're actually like you're giving it some form that when it has none. So it's like, you know, I keep going back to our thoughts when we become identified with thoughts, but really like the thoughts probably aren't self-generated. They're probably not just emanating from our local mind. It's probably like a receiver. It's probably accessing it in the field in some sense. And so if I get drawn into um some waveform and I become attached to it or identified with it and I begin to talk through it and make plans for it, it's like my being is actually less likely to formulate it then into lean into it because it's like in some sense it feels like okay, I satisfied that desire or that waveform that came through. I gave it space, I made it known, talked through it, and then it's like it's a trick of whatever's happening that it feels like I've achieved something. I don't know if that makes sense. But
Mhm. That you can see that you did make progress, that you can see the results,
mhm.
that you achieved something. And it's not okay. Well, wait. It's not wrong to do this. Okay, it's just another trial. It's how I think of it. Like, have you ever? You don't have dogs. You have cats. But uh, let me just give you the simple example. I'm walking the dog, and literally there's a straightforward walk, and then there's turn to the right. I cannot tell you how many times I calculated I should go straight, yet my body wanted to go here. The difference is I'm catching myself being split. Something else says here, my mind says go there. And I'm questioning, ooh. And I'm now no longer following the mind. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go here. I'm like,
Mhm.
not even like this. I'm like, oh, where is in my body? And it happens in a split second. And I want to be able to recognize this language of me that is more than just my mind.
Mhm.
And I find it so frequent. It's like even when I'm driving, it's like, especially if you're driving with someone who says park here, park there, it's like stop, no noise. I want to learn about more of me. Is there anything inside of me that wants something else? This like central conversation, this intimacy with self. It's like what else is actually playing while I am driving?
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's so cool because we can force these states of awareness, right? It's like no matter what we do, we cannot force it. These have to spontaneously show up and occur. And the more we slow down to notice what we do in a daily basis, like where is my like does my hand do my hands feel both the same length? It's like such a weird thing to ask, but it's true. Do I feel the edges of my fingertips when I extend my legs? Can I feel the space? around it, or arms or whatever. But this language inside is, I think, it's invitation. And he mentions it here in the gift as well. It's like when no more future, no more planning, when the awareness of self, I, persona, misery, what is occurring, the cycles, the repetitions start like coming to the awareness. It's really hard not to, you almost cannot no longer not be aware of that. It's like it
Mm-hmm.
becomes part of you, and you enlarge for that which is occurring. So it's invitation back. There's nowhere else to go when everything around falls other than coming back inside. And when you come back inside, whoop, there's a whole world to experience.
Yes. Yeah. There's actually more within you than there is outside of you.
Beneath, right here, from here down. Like I was saying, my sister, because I took this from my sister, she goes, "You're Pisces. I'm Gemini." She's Gemini, right? I can go, when it comes to emotions, I go all the way up to here and I cannot go down. There is no way you go down.
Yeah.
So I took it like everything here is what she wants to deal with. Everything down is like, no, later, tomorrow. No,
Mm-hmm.
no way. I will never. It's fine. It's already doing its own thing for you. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks for
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah, we go down to the feet.
Oh, we
Mm.
go down behind the corner next to the roundabout up there, take the left turn, and we take off.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
I
like
love it.
this podcast is a good example. People are like, when are they going to talk about the gene keys? We're like, sorry, to follow this rabbit trail. It's important.
But I think we do. We just give so many examples of this exact key.
Yeah. Well, and I was actually thinking about this when I was reading today. I'm like, oh, it's so funny how when we used to get on for Jinky 8, and I'm like, okay, Shadow, he said this. What do you think? Oh, and he said this. What do you think? Okay, now Gift. It's like it was
Yeah.
so linear, and this effort to be, it's really the effort to be of service. But as I learn more about being Pisces, it's like the best service I can offer is to be honest with the natural curiosity and how broad and how deep and how random that we can be.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the best part, we don't even know after this is done. Do you ever go back and you listen?
I don't know. I don't. How about you? You said you do occasionally.
Sometimes. And I go and and then I catch whatever. But you know what's beautiful is that we have anchor. And it's like as if you're giving the meaning of to the word love, a totally different experiential meaning. You're opening it up to the philosophy. Philosophy is love. You know, it's actually a form of the higher knowledge, meaning I want to know that which I can never attain. And just the desire for it, it actually brings the freshness in underneath. Isn't freshness vitality?
Mm-hmm.
The consistent fresh energy flowing through, initiating us and inviting us to talk, have a conversation. So yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We evolved a bunch 2 years later by trying, and now we can't even land into the key, but we actually do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a willingness to show how it's occurring rather than be like what I notice is let me show you how I've identified. in this like what's coming up for me this week really, and it's part of that too, like the magic of um the exact gene key shows up strongly in that week, and
Mhm.
not until I read it am I like, oh my god, yeah, what's happening again. And so it's just like I'm much more willing to share like this is what's happening this week, and then maybe like a loose connection to it, but it's I feel like when it's personal, it's much more meaningful and it's easier to like stories are so powerful. So the more
Yeah,
stories I can share, yeah, the better.
you're good in stories. I float off. You know, we only have five more.
Yeah.
Five. Can you believe?
Yeah, I can. I just get excited for like again, this is living in the future and not being present, but when you ask me about the ending of it or how many we have left, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited for 59." Or I'm so excited for
Oh,
64. Yeah. But for you, are you, when you contemplate it, are you thinking about the ending itself? Are you thinking about what happens after?
well, I uh I think it's losing it's not losing the strength, but it's actually curving to its completion,
Hmm.
right? Because now we're lighter about it, right? Towards the end. Maybe knowing because it's ending, but at the same time, maybe that's why the completion of something is just meant to be. And there probably is going to be grief because the next conversation is the question mark. Will we even continue, right? There's always that possibility that no more exists. And now you have to deal with that. Now you have to sit with that possibility too. But I think there is a sense of the completion, and I think when we complete such a long process, which was supposed to be 1 year, not 2.5, I think there's a sense of growth also that I'm looking forward to, that I will feel because I did change through it hugely, and
Hmm.
I think it helped me so much. It helped me so much change the way I talk, how I think, how I evolve, how I point. Actually, it made me more concentrate. It made my mind, it taught my mind how to be more concentrated into the conversation, in exchange rather than just, we were so, you could, I mean, I was so immature 2 years ago when it comes to this. I can speak for myself. I know I just wanted to get it to a point, to a point, to a point. Now there's no more point. And I love that. It's really humbling to know that it's coming to an end.
Hmm.
We're ending when it's the best.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, right in right in the heat of Aries, potentially. We'll see where we end up, but
Yeah, we have way to go. I really love these conversations. I actually love a conversation. I'm absolutely enjoying the conversation, to have a conversation.
hmm.
How often do you actually have a conversation?
Yeah, not very often.
And you're not the only one. I mean, I cannot have a conversation that it's a good quality, rich conversation that often. Not at all, actually. Not at all.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
why I think this year is going to be a year of goodbyes. And I said this because the goodbye, in a sense, you will realize a lot of, a lot of things, including that, which is who are you able to connect with, to have a deep connection and deeper conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had a friend over yesterday and I was sharing a book and trying to get into some deeper conversation and was like tiptoe in and then come out and tiptoe in and come out. And I don't know. I recognize it myself, like it's like back to yourself, Eric. Like, yeah.
You and me. Yeah.
Ultimately, we are alone. We can try to share as much as we can, but you can never bridge totally. So, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
But
Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Nothing to say.
do you still have the discomfort? Is it still there?
Um, mm, it's much lighter. It's still there, but it's lighter. I think my body I think my body wants to move. I recognized this yesterday too. I was sitting on the Reiki table and I just my body wanted to like explode off. I'm like, calm down. And then I fell asleep.
Wow. I never had a Reiki. That's a
Yeah.
that's big trust in someone else's energy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I had moments of like, mm, fear,
There's
I guess, after of like, oh yeah, why, you know, be careful who you open up to. Be careful who you allow into your space. You don't know what someone is getting from. It's just like, yeah. At the end of the day, what's the worst that can happen?
but also, I mean, me being here in front of you is also, in a sense, a Reiki. I can easily send you the
Yeah.
energy through my eyes. It's
Hmm.
like, right? You see how much really you can defend from it. You can, but you will know who you don't want to hang out with. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's much that's really like it's light, it's like you're not we have these fears drawn up in movies and television and books like, oh, someone's gonna cast a spell on you or they're gonna capture you or
yeah,
hypnotize you. Like, and we imagine that occultists and witches and people who study intensely, or even sages and enlightened beings, can just penetrate through and take what they want or shift things around or change things. It's like it's not as
it's not that
concrete. It's
serious.
not as concrete, right? It's not like it's like the instant you leave. And really what happens is like if you ruminate in the fear, then you give it away. And you give it away to whoever is nearby or whoever, yeah. So it's like,
Mhm.
interesting.
I was watching the video of Sadhguru, the recent video on AI. He was one of the panels, which was so interesting. Is AI gonna destroy us, right? And he's just sitting there saying, well, it won't destroy me. It can't replace me. Everybody's laughing. Well, in the panel, everybody is science philosophy. It's like someone who is so logical, and he's like, well, it certainly cannot replace my job.
Yeah.
Right? He's like just radiating this, like, just being. Like, yeah, it will replace all the so-called healers and energetic healers, which is true. Like, you read one book and you think you can heal the world. Who are we to teach anybody? Come back to the same exact thing. It's funny. The I is really funny. It's actually, and also it then it gets hurt when someone ridicules it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts. It's I there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so interesting. No matter what, and the more you learn, the more you know you don't know. The more you're actually ashamed of thinking that you know everything. Ashamed. Like, you literally become so humble to say that you know nothing. Please do not follow.
Yeah.
Don't listen. I'm the biggest fool you'll ever find. And yet there's like, what's an average? How many books a year you read? 52. Wow, that's IQ 150.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been down that path already. Read 60 books, and then someone was like, I was doing a podcast and someone said, which which book stood out to you the most? Or do you have like a quote that you remember? Or like what's like and I was just blank.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
of course.
yeah, these 60 books didn't do anything.
Nothing. And the best part is that they never show up when you need them the most, when you're dysregulated. You know, none of
Hmm.
the techniques shows up that you learned how to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, friend, this one was short.
Hmm.
It's okay,
That's okay.
of course.
It's disturbing and dissatisfying.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too. Enjoy
You're
your
good?
rainy day.
Rainy. I'm gonna get burned today. It's 28 degrees here. I'm going to tan.
Mm.
No more rain. It's now we're in a cooking oven right now today. So good. Boiling hot.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the beach too. I'm gonna move a lot. I'm desiring to move. It's like the
Enjoy.
yeah.
But
I was just gonna say I typically move now a lot, like every day. And I had yesterday I was like, I need to just take a chill day, Eric. Just take a chill day. And then I want nothing more than I can just feel it in my body. I'm like, I need to move. Like I need to go and sprint and swim and jump and dance and play and do pull-ups and yeah. It's funny now because I used to be quite sedentary. Yeah.
this Aries energy,
Right.
huh? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's about to start to kick in. It's like it's gonna be a explosive, but it's a ignition, right? It's like it's supposed to ignite the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't burn it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel like that's what's crazy is like the fuel feels endless. It doesn't feel like it's gonna ever run out.
Oh, the energy, the fuel. Yeah,
The
yeah.
fuel for the fire, yeah.
Oh,
It's like
totally.
volcano.
Mm. Last Friday, I someone pushed so far my buttons, and I'm so patient with people. Like, I really am. When you push me, I go from 100 to 0 instantaneously. And
Mm.
it takes a minute. And she pushed me underneath. I literally just felt the fire. I turned red and I just blanked out. It was the flat line. I was like, I have to step away. I have to step away. I'm about to grab your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I did not experience this for a very long time, but this was like, I have to step away. I don't know. It's coming out on my pores, on my ears, on my mouth. Everything that I say right now is going to be very dangerous if I
Mm-hmm.
go by. And I just like was like, wow, they never saw me at work like that because you are not getting what I'm trying to tell you, and you're literally in agony and panic. And I'm like, It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. And she just didn't know where to go rather than just like blame, 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 freak out,
Mm.
freak out, freak out, and started yelling. And I'm like, oh my God, like unbelievable. But my underneath the skin started burning. I felt like I legit had 1,000 needles on fire that are inflamed. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
Hmm.
this Aries season is.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been feeling that too, and it was part of the the ending of our current housing situation. It brought up a lot of heat in me, a lot of um dad energy, I guess you could say, like protector. And and then I watched a YouTube short from an astrologer, and she's like, "Don't mess with Pisces right now." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah. We do go from 100 to 0. It's
Yeah.
just a split second. Oh, we can be very real.
Yeah.
And,
People are shocked.
yeah, well, it is shocking when you become very human.
Mm-hmm. They're like,
Mm,
"Wait, I thought I could just put all my
take
shit on
advantage
you."
of
It's
you.
like, no, no. You know, I've been, I saw you from the start, and I know who you are, and I know probably too much. So I'm
Yes.
just gonna give you a taste, and if you want to keep pushing, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Oof. No, I love these memes when I see them too because it's so true. Don't underestimate my abilities to destroy you.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, do not. You'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sending you so much love. Go fight the water and surf it.
All right. Much love.
Okay, talk soon.